Breathe. Greetings and salutations. The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Hi, welcome back.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And
Kim is here again.
Yay! Who are you?
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about who's Kim for Short Circuit.
Number 6.
Number 6.
I'm Kimmy Fi.
Kimmy Fi alive. All right. And I
That's
don't
a rejected copy.
Aww.
And
You're
I don't
like
really
the beverage cart.
Yes. I drop all the beverages.
I don't have any really pre-show. Like usually I have something a little blurb, whatever.
Blurb.
All I really have to say is I watched a ton of Short Circuit and
So did
apparently
I.
Short Circuit 2, which I did not realize.
What had happened because I kept waiting for Los Locos to show up, and I was like, wait, that's number 2. And you know what? That's the one
Same.
that I'm talking about when I say that I hate watching this movie because he gets beaten to death in that one. This one I could deal with.
And I had forgotten how this one ended, and so I got a little bit. I knew he didn't die.
Well, yeah,
But I forgot that he just, we'll get there.
Well, yeah, I know.
Spoilers
we'll get there,
for
but like I did not.
1986's Short Circuit.
I did not because I was expecting the other ending, or at least the other. I was expecting a beaten, and that's not what happened, so I didn't get upset.
And I hadn't watched this in so long. My kid came out, and the one who was in love with Wally, and so I was like,
"That's
Hey,
right.
you've seen this, right?"
I told my kid this,
and he's like,
thing.
"No, you." He goes, "I remember you brought it up, and then you couldn't find it to watch anywhere because it wasn't streaming anywhere."
Right.
And so he had
And it
never
still
seen it.
isn't.
And I was like, damn, you would have loved Short
I know,
Circuit when you were
same.
little. Fuck.
I told my kid too.
You
I
really
was
should have
like,
seen this.
Yeah, you really should have seen this. I was like, you want to watch this with me? And he was like, no, what is
It's
it?
over it now.
He stood there and
I was
watched
like, it's
like
got a
minute.
robot, and they like totally ripped off, like Wally ripped it off. I'm like,
Right.
it's basically
It's very
the same
similar.
thing.
Yeah.
Only he talks.
Yeah,
Wally don't talk,
true.
really. Yeah, kind of a little bit, but not like Johnny.
No.
Which he didn't even get the fucking name until the very, very end.
That part I didn't remember either, that it wasn't until the
Shit.
end, that he was just number 5.
Yes, through the whole thing. The one that I saw more so was Short
I think
Circuit
it must
2.
have been Short Circuit 2.
And
I
was
remember,
Fisher Stevens in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I made sure
Okay.
to go back and watch Short Circuit
Okay,
2.
because then I'm not just... That
So
must
I'll have
be it.
I have just a little bit of touch of notes at the end about Short Circuit 2.
touch
Just
of
a
notes.
Just a
Okay,
touch.
good.
So let's just rip this Band-Aid off. Fisher Stevens.
Yes.
As Ben Jabatuya. Is that
Jab it to you?
what? And I
Hold
don't
on
think
a second,
that's his
because
last
I
name.
just... When you said it out loud,
Jabatuya?
jab it to you.
Will you look
Yes,
up
no, I
Short
wrote it
Circuit
down.
2, what is Ben's last name? Because
J-A-B-
it's the same? Okay,
it's the
because
same.
that's not how he pronounces it.
J-A-B-I-T-U-Y-A.
So he pronounces it different, but that's how it's spelled. Jabatuya.
Yeah, jab it to you, huh?
In
And-
brown face.
In brown face, and that was supposed to be... The character was originally supposed to be just a white guy when it was Fisher Stevens, but they wanted Brawny P.
You got to have Balky, baby.
So when they wanted Brawny P, they wanted to make it an ethnic character. I'm
Which
doing
you
air
can do
quotes.
if they're from Mypos.
Right.
Which doesn't exist.
Exactly.
But you can't say, well, and they didn't say in the first one he's from India.
No, they didn't.
He says he's from Bakersfield.
And
so,
by way of Pittsburgh.
Yin.
so he never says he's Indian. But
That's very true, but I mean, that's what you're led to believe
Yeah.
because he went and spent 5 weeks in India in order to. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, okay. This isn't really like, I mean, like it's brown face and that's bad, but
Right.
like he's playing it pretty straight. That's like, that's,
but then
that's an accent.
They
but
start
then it
using
goes on
his mistakes as the
as
punchline
the
to every
punchline to the joke, and then you're like, ooh, never mind.
And the cringiest part is remembering that, because I probably saw this movie when I was 7-8 years old.
Right, is to think that I really thought he was Indian.
Well, I didn't think he was Indian, but those purposeful, funny, that was what part of what was funny about Short
Right.
Circuit was those
That
foreigner,
he was the
his
comedic
misunderstanding of phrases.
and when
because
he
was a
talked
foreigner.
about sporting a massive Woody was like,
but he meant that though. He wasn't
I know.
misspeaking.
No,
in
he
that
wasn't
part, which was
misspeaking at
really
all.
weird. Why do you have
No,
a
no, no.
boner hearing about your friend talking to a girl?
having
What
a
is wrong with you?
non-date with somebody that's well, and she's Miss Stephanie, Ali Sheedy, who is
Oh yes,
also in
Ali
this
Sheedy
movie,
as Stephanie Speck.
is she's not too bright, is she?
Well, Look at this.
She's not too bright, is she?
Our first appearance ever.
Yes.
with Steve Guttenberg. How we got 3.5 years or more into
Right,
an 80s and
before-
90s themed podcast without talking
I
about
know.
Steve Guttenberg.
And remember when he was like a stud?
No.
Not like a
No.
stud, but he was
Yeah.
considered attractive.
Like
What was-
him and Billy Crystal were like
Yes, they were like
the leading men of
good
the 80s.
looking. Yes,
what was
leading
the
men.
movie that he played where it was like a doctor, I don't think it was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but he either got a makeover or something because it was a girl he was in love with and he came back with long hair and a motorcycle. Do you remember this? It was either
I can
I
see
want to
it.
say
Yeah, I
it's
can see it too.
oh god, dang it. I want to say it's what's her name? Jamie Gertz, but I could be wrong. I feel like it might have been
I think you might just be thinking of the proximity to the motorcycle.
maybe. It's just motorcycles make me think Jamie Gertz. Curly hair, mullet,
Well,
motorcycle.
Well,
All right. But yeah,
yeah.
that one. So yes, I
Don't
do
tell
remember.
her it's me.
Yes, and it had
Okay.
it had a
Oh,
different
God,
title.
The photo.
It had also a different title. It was "Don't Tell Her It's Me," and then it was
The
called something
Boyfriend
different.
School.
The boyfriend
oh,
school.
now that I remember the name.
I think he got lessons or whatever on how to be.
Oh,
Oh,
Shelley
that's-
Long was in that.
Shelley
Oh,
Long.
Shelley Long.
That's who it was.
Hello, I'm Shelley Long.
That's who
Hello,
it was.
I'm Shelley Long. It's cookie time.
So yes, I vaguely remember that Steve Guttenberg was supposed to be attractive.
Like he was supposed to be like a leading man.
Interesting.
But yeah, the very first appearance, second appearance for Fisher Stevens, second appearance for Ali Sheedy, second appearance for Austin Pendleton,
As Howard Marner.
right? And also second appearance for G.W. Bailey as Captain
Scroder.
Scroder.
And then the only other one I have written down is Tim Blaney, who's the voice of Johnny
yes,
Five.
I have that written down, but also Brian McNamara
Oh yeah,
as Frank.
And the voice of Johnny Five, the only other thing that I could find that was like very specific, because mostly it just said puppeteer and voices
Right.
for everything. So he did Muppet stuff, but not for any specific Muppet.
Right, just background
But
voices.
he was the pug in Men in Black, and like
That's why
all
they're-
3 Men in Blacks.
Pulled up all the
all
cast.
the photos, and his
And
is
I
a
was
pug.
like, why is there a dog?
Yeah,
with a-
because he's the pug in Men in Black.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. So now we start off with I
I love
love
an
the
assembly
TriStar.
line.
Well, no, I love the little
the
TriStar
logo,
picture,
yeah.
little Pegasus. I love it.
Yeah.
But yes, an assembly line. I was like, ooh, machinists.
What
What do they do?
I didn't write it down, but I
What
almost
do they
said.
do?
I almost wrote down. Tell Tessa this is what machinists
This is
do.
they're machine ting.
They are machine team.
It is the month for it.
Yep. March of the Machines.
And it's machinists.
So yeah, they're assembling Johnnies or whatever.
The robots or whatever. There's microchips and wires.
And now they're doing a display for all of the potential buyers. So once
Right,
they're
it's the-
assembled, we see them out there blowing up military
Exactly. They're the
vehicles.
Saint number 5 is operational, and they
Mm-hmm.
are all out there like those little poppies of peace is being
Mm-hmm.
rolled over by weapons of war, and they're doing a little battlefield.
But they're all full of mannequins. Ooh, mannequins.
Oh, and G.W.
G.W.
Bailey was
Bailey.
in Mannequin.
How many movies was G.W. Bailey in that include mannequins?
Wow, at least 2.
At least 2.
And maybe they used him in Police Academy, which he was in with Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, that's right. Crossover.
Oh, they're everywhere. The wires. Do you realize that everything that we're doing this month is in the 80s?
No.
Oh, wait.
No, we
not
did Lawnmower
Lawnmower
Man.
You're right. Never mind.
But yeah,
Most
but everything
is
else
in the
is
in
80s.
the 80s.
So anyway, so they go, everybody claps. Woo, they blew shit up.
they love it.
Amazing.
I was like, are there people in there? Because they were driving them, and then I was like,
Yeah, no.
oh, they're
Mannequins,
robotics.
yeah. So he shows them how the doctor, what was his name? Dr. Marner
Right.
has the
Howard.
bots line up on stage and do
Oh,
their
yeah.
little salute.
I don't-
and mix a drink,
I don't want robot bartenders of what I just saw blow up
right?
fucking tanks out there. I don't want a drink served by laser murder bots.
I know they all seem very cash about this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yay. They're up there doing little choreographed dance.
I would have
moves.
been a little concerned after
No,
that display.
not after RoboCop.
I was just gonna say.
right?
I don't know how operational they are.
And they can't finish their show because the storm's rolling in.
Oh,
all
I
of a
know. Now
sudden.
it's going to rain. I'm like, I definitely want to go inside with the fucking murder bots because this can't be good.
And then this lady, she's like a senator or something. That
Yes.
she's like, hey, so can we meet the guy who designed these
I was
robots?
like, oh, he's like really busy.
He's got the flu.
He's
He
like
can't
sick
come."
right now. He's like, he doesn't do the meet and greet. He's the me.
Yeah, he doesn't show up to the meet and greet. Sorry, he's behind the scenes. He's the behind the scenes talent. Sorry. And
I'm Steve Guttenberg.
So Howard goes looking for him, and he finds Ben. And I told Tessa, we're 5 minutes in maybe to the movie.
I know.
The moment that Fisher Stevens opened his mouth, I had to hit pause.
I know.
And fix an alcoholic beverage.
Right. I was like, I need a drink. And I was like, I am not yet high enough to start this movie. When she told me that, I was like, I have not yet hit the ceiling.
Because it had been a very long time since I heard him doing that accent.
I know.
And it's
5 weeks in India.
Yeah. It's a little over the top. A little over the top.
A bit.
So yeah, he's telling him, oh, you got to get Hank out here or whatever. Or Hank. Because I wrote he went full Hank.
No, not him.
Not Hank. What was his name? Crosby.
Yes.
Newton
Crosby. What a name.
I know.
Fig Newton
You got to know he's
Crosby.
smart. His name's Newton Crosby.
Newton Crosby, PhD, but it's Steve Guttenberg. I don't take him seriously for nothing. I don't take him seriously for nothing.
So yeah, he goes to get him. He's got anxiety.
Right. He doesn't want to go out there. He's in there fiddling with his robots.
Yeah,
in
he's
his
making the
little lab
robot arm play the keyboard and
flip him
off Ben
and whatever. He's in there playing. He's in there playing. He does not hobnob.
No.
He doesn't want to do all the things. So Ben is like, you got to go out there and do that. And he's like, what do I do? Go out there and tell him it's $11 million per robot that kills people?
Right. And he goes out there, and these little bots are serving people, but they're going by pretty fast. Did you see people are trying to get hors d'oeuvres?
I know,
and
and it's like,
lettuce
nope,
is flying from underneath it because they're just like speeding
The robot
by.
butlers are far too efficient to actually serve rumaki at this party.
They could really just sit still. Like the people will come to the food. Don't worry. Just
I will
hold
come
the platter.
I will come and get my bit.
So the military guy's talking to Howard about, we're going to use these guys for war.
He's got
and
such a fucking
plans,
hard on.
plans.
We can drop them behind enemy lines with bombs. It's gonna be so cool.
And the senator who this never comes up again because we get all off track of all of this whole buying experience. So we don't know who ends up with the bots if there are any left at the end of this.
Yeah.
When number 5 is outside hooked up to a generator.
Well, they're bringing them all in from outside, and number 5 is hooked up to the generator, and the storm is rolling in, and lightning strikes like the electrical
generator
pole, or something,
or it hits
like
the
that.
pole that comes down to
and it
the
comes down
generator.
there and totally fries the robot. They're like, oh shit,
like he's gonna. Oh no, you got to.
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
So they check him out, and he seems okay.
Yeah,
they're like, all right. And then what is this? They like kick him in the butt as he.
I know.
Okay, you just said that's an $11 million robot,
right? And you're
think
gonna
you
kick
broke, and you're gonna kick it into the line.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
You clearly care.
So now Crosby's up there talking about how originally he wasn't thinking about military uses; it was a marital aid.
Now, can we stop? Because was he serious? Because for a second,
I don't know. It might be.
He got a look on his face where you couldn't quite tell because then he started laughing, but at first he got a look like, I'm not fucking
He
joking.
was like, no, I wanted to fuck it.
Just like we talked about in RoboCop, don't come fingering me with your robo fingers.
I know. I don't want to. Well, especially he's got pincers.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'll fucking pinch my clit and not let go.
Ow!
Like,
he does them little eyebrow things.
his lash panels or whatever those. He doesn't have any lips. He doesn't have any lips. He can't.
I know. See, that's how he knows.
Lightly flutters.
Yeah, he
like a
flutters
butterfly.
the eyelashes. Yeah, I cannot figure out why you would have one of these robots as a marital aid. There was,
I don't know,
nothing organic looking or like, what does it have a rubber
for the
sleeve
camera?
you can pull over it?
Oh,
Maybe that he's not into that.
Maybe
No.
he's not. He was like, gay. I wish I was.
Right.
What I'm into is far weirder than that.
And you notice we cut back to number 5 and something's clearly awry because
Right, because he's bumping
he's
into
been
walls.
pushed out of line. He's bumping into walls.
They're
he's
all
flipping
very
switches,
in sync. Flipping switches, getting bitches.
following a coffee bot. And now, like, was he
know.
checking out her
Her tail,
And
the cord.
First of all, why is she dragging a fucking loose cord? We're talking high-tech robotics here.
I know.
It don't suck back up into her when you unplug her?
It's like an old.
It just
vacuum
hangs.
where you like you pull it,
You gotta wrap it up around the vacuum thing.
which I'll never fucking do.
Y'all no, just fucking throw
Just
it
put
in
it
the
over
corner
the
or
top.
whatever.
God,
But yeah, he like follows her like woo, kind of like hey, look at that.
follows
cord.
her. I love that you're. Like,
I don't know why it's a her because she serves
she's
coffee,
serving
so
coffee.
clearly
Wow,
must be
Nicole.
female.
Wow.
But yeah, he follows this other bot, and at the same time they bring the rest of the prototypes into the party and realize,
Right, they're like,
oh, no,
shit, there's
why
only
are there
4?
So yeah, they got to go looking for number 5, and then he's out. He disappears, and then he's like he gets in the trash truck. He gets pushed into the trash truck.
The trash truck. He just hops in there because he sees a butterfly. Is it not?
Well, I know he sees the butterfly once he's in there, but it's just like on the trash can.
In there. I think
and he's all,
right. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Hops in the back. They go to leave because the guy is taking the trash out of the base.
Right, and before, so they're trying to call, like, Schroeder's all pissed. They're like, oh my God, you
they're all lock it down. Oh, fuck.
But of course he gets out. And, like, there's no panic button.
No.
Where, like, an alarm goes
not
off.
Here
this
at
is
this
a fucking
military facility. No, not a once.
So, yeah, right after the trash truck leaves the gates,
they get the call. Like, oh, hey. And he looks for a second like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Am
I really going to go after him? Nah.
Gone too far.
That robot's got laser eyes.
Gone
Fuck it.
too far.
See ya.
He doesn't know what's missing.
Well, that's true.
They just said to seal the shit. Like, they don't know what's missing. Although you would think that is an emergency.
Yeah.
Seal the gates.
One would think.
Is an emergency.
Yes. So number 5 falls off the truck near a field of cows.
Yeah, number 5 falls out there and goes rolling into the cows into like some garbage and shit, is it not?
He rolls through. He's got all garbage like covering him or whatever. And Crosby and Ben, meanwhile, get on the computer like, why didn't you call us? Like, we can override all his systems. We can talk to him. Whatever.
We could turn it off. We can check his beacon. Like, we could do all kinds of stuff. Why wouldn't you tell us?
They type to him to report his position, and it's like malfunction, need input. Well, it doesn't say anything. They're reading it on the screen. Malfunction,
yes, exactly.
Need input.
Like, need input. Everything's malfunction. And Crosby is having a great time. He was like,
he thinks this is fun.
I know, like
he's
this
like,
is cool.
Is exciting shit.
This is like we're gonna learn
I got a
something
rogue robot
today.
on day one.
Fuck yeah! Look at that shit. We got a little beacon on it. Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
His laser is still armed.
Anybody think to check his homing device? You fucking
you
dummies!
Stupid motherfuckers! His fucking homing device.
Robot 101.
And so they
seriously.
And this is the first one that made me physically cringe. Is when he's like, "Oh look, there he is on the map," and Ben goes, "Bimbo." Oh no! Why?
Is that something that he heard in that 5 weeks in India?
Bimbo. Don't let me go full Hank.
Don't make me go full Hank. I'll do it. I'll do it, and I'll never look back.
So they're because the laser's still armed. That's why he says it's like, oh, you know what
like,
else?
Oh no,
his laser is still armed.
Right.
Bimbo.
So Schroeder is like, we gotta get in there.
Yeah, so they send Schroeder to go retrieve him. He's now just wandering, whatever.
Number 5 is just wandering down the road. Does it matter? Does it not? I don't know. He doesn't even have a fucking name yet. So you know what?
He won't have a name until the very end.
He will not have a name until the end. So therefore, number 5.
Number 5. So they see come up on the screen the logo, or not the logo, but whatever the ad.
Would you like to be a pepper too?
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Like, even in the font appears on the screen, and he's
still
like,
input, needs input, need input.
And he's at a gas station, and gets in front of the tank. Yeah, like right as they're like the security's driving looking for him. He's too little.
Fucking cockpit, and it gets stuck underneath this tank thing, and they drag it.
Yeah, they're pushing him, and they're like, oh God, he's right in front of us.
Oh no, and he like pops his little head up, and they're like, oh shit!
They get so scared because he's got laser eyes. And they're like, ah!
Yeah, and then he goes flying,
and it turns into a Naked Gun comedy with a robot because he like. He's got a parachute, and he's like,
parachute.
You're like, what the fuck?
Off of the fucking bridge, parachute deployed. Whee!
It lands on Stephanie's Snack Shack truck. Her Snack Shack.
Stephanie's Snack Shack. Stephanie Speck's Snack Shack.
And because she hears it, but just keeps driving. Like,
right. She's like, what the fuck was
so
that?
What
I don't know.
A ton's worth of metal just hit the top of my truck. It's
to
cool.
deliver, bitch.
Well, because she's hauling ass back to her pad.
Oh, that's right.
Because she got a call from the neighbor about this
Is she
motherfucker.
the neighbor?
I assume she saw him because she was like in her house coat and shit.
In the house. It's a big
Well, you never see her again.
Oh, that's true.
But maybe she lives on the top floor. But you would have thought she would have come sneaking downstairs when she heard all this robot nonsense. Well, like, what is happening down here?
She's busy with her cow.
So yeah, so she he gets off because she's driving away. Now they can't see number 5 because he's off the radar because she's driven out of the radius.
Gone out of range.
So she gets home and thanks the neighbor, the roommate,
She
for
collects
calling her about her
critters.
piece of shit ex-boyfriend
Yeah,
who's out
this-
there trying to steal
Get
her
her
motherfucking dog
and take it to a fucking testing facility.
to sell it for medical
Yeah.
research. How much
He's
could that
old.
possibly get you in
I know.
1986?
It doesn't matter. Nicole.
$20?
He's just. What could it be? Like $10?
How much is a banana? $20? Come on.
Well, he's not doing it for that. He's not really doing it for the money. He's just doing it to be a fucking
I
asshole.
don't know. I didn't get why exactly he wanted to. I guess because she has so many animals.
Well,
he's
she doesn't
like-
want to get back together with him.
So he's
well,
just
the
gonna
city's
kill her
already
dog.
come by
Yeah,
to tell her, like, you've got all these critters. You've got skunks in your house, ma'am.
skunks and raccoons and geese
She's
and
got-
all
that's-
manner of things.
She's got a very Grey Gardens thing going on in this
But
big
yes,
house.
I'm sure the snacks are delicious.
I know
Right?
it fucking smells.
Oh, it smells crazy
in there.
Even crazier than a
It's
boys'
damp.
locker room.
It's also damp. It's like animal feces.
Multiple
and
types of
dampness.
animal feces, like foul, like
Right.
all
Like
kinds of
duck shit.
Yeah, ducks
fowl.
and
Shit,
yeah,
skunk
foul,
shit.
foul.
Foul.
That's a foul.
Awful foul. So yeah, like, and it's also kind of a little moist on top of that. Like,
Of course.
she's got butt shrooms.
And Frank's like, "Oh, you owe me some money," and she's like,
for what?
"Bitch, what did she call it? Your red dork mobile?
Yeah, I paid for that
And
red
he's got
dork
this
mobile.
fire red Trans Am. And now she goes to get a bat to beat it up. And was this bat made of rubber?
I know, it was just bong.
It
bong,
did
bong.
nothing to this car. It just bounced off of
It's
it.
a dork mobile, baby.
These are made of steel.
They are made. It's American made steel, baby.
Yeah. So the neighbor sees all of this. He ends up like kind of shoving her or whatever,
Right.
shoving Stephanie and taking off.
Right.
And yeah, and this is where you get a look around at all of the myriad of animals that she has.
Yes, precisely.
And you hear that the city has been calling about these animals. And she's like, it's just
Exactly.
temporary. And they're like, a year is not temporary. Or whatever they said.
Like, you keep doing it though.
You keep taking more in. So now Crosby is so excited for a field
Oh,
trip.
I know, they're going out. They're
He
going
says
to take
they've
a
been-
van.
They haven't been anywhere in 5 years. So
Well, no,
they
he
live at the
hasn't
lab?
driven in 5 years.
Oh, okay, he just hasn't driven.
He
But-
might have
but
been
why has he
out.
not driven for 5 years?
Girl,
How does he
he's
get
been
to
playing
work?
with his robot? Well, because he lives in the lab.
I guess he must.
He lives in the lab. He got to.
And here's another one of these where Ben says, "Oh, a chance to spread your legs instead of spread your wings."
I get it.
And Ben, now they're on the search for a rogue $11 million death machine.
Right.
And Ben's like, "Oh, we can pick up girls."
Right. He wants to, like, get some pussy.
What?
That's what he wants to do.
And what about going out in this like big
'Cause
old
they're
military
leaving.
truck makes you think that you're about to get laid
Because
right
they're
now?
going out. They
So-
don't. In the wild streets of Oregon.
I know they're in Oregon even. Like, where are you going to go?
Everything's damp.
Where are you going to go?
Well,
get
that's
laid?
why they think they're gonna get girls.
They're like, "Oh, it's damp around here."
Everything's damp, even the girls.
So now Stephanie's cooking surrounded by just loose animals.
Yes, she's got a fucking skunk in her kitchen.
All over the place when she hears someone in her truck and she thinks
Right.
it must be Frank
It's got to be Frank. So she goes out there like, hey, get the fuck out of my truck or whatever.
with her rubber bat.
yes.
And the flap opens and number 5 looks out. Because
Not
it
the
is. It was like the flap.
I know.
Was it the
But
door?
it's like he's in there all lit up and she's like, oh, I knew they would pick me. Of course
I just
you did.
knew it. Welcome to my
course.
planet.
Of course.
I'm a friend. Ma'am,
I know.
does he look organic to you?
No, he looks like a fucking
clearly
robot.
a robot.
You know you live down the road from
From
like,
a fucking robotics plant. Like less than 5 miles away, probably.
Again, she's not that bright, is she? You know what? She sits there looking at you with that Ali Sheedy face. I know you can't see me,
But you know it. You know the face.
We can see you, Tessa.
right? I mean, I know you can see me.
And here is the first of many absolute fucking messes number 5 is about
my
to make
God.
of this woman's life. Like literal messes. He's dumping out every item of food inside, looking for input.
Yes.
And she just gets in. Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Hi, yeah, like come into my house and fuck my shit up. Like
And he's like, malfunction, need input. And she's like, ooh, I got
Oh, yeah.
input in my house.
this, is, yeah.
I got an input in my
I got
house.
it. You put input
She
in
kind
my house.
of.
I know.
I feel like
a
she
little
would have
bit for a
fucked number
second.
5.
when they were dancing.
If he
later
was
on?
really a sex
Marital
aid.
aid.
Yeah, I was going to say. If he was really designed
when
for
she
that.
finally, she probably tells Crosby later on. She was like, you know what? I almost fucked that robot.
They-
He was like, I know, right?
They did take him with them to Montana at the end.
They've been fucking this
They've been
robot.
fucking
haven't
this robot. They out here to this day.
they?
fucking
Some
this
say
robot.
It comes with accessories.
Accessories.
to this day.
So yeah, she
They're
brings
still
it in the
fucking
house
that
and starts giving him input.
Yeah, she talks about
Music.
the
and-
house, what music is, what books are. She gives him the encyclopedia, and he's like speed reading.
Right.
Like,
I used to
More
love that part.
input. Yeah.
right. Yeah, me, I do it like that too.
And so yeah, she shows him. He flips through Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yes,
You know, the only way we could get information in the 80s.
that was input.
that's the only
That
input
was
you got.
considered input.
And this is where Crosby's driving terribly and is like, I haven't driven in 5 years. And I'm like,
I
what the
thought
fuck?
that would be 10. That's what he said.
I know. I know. Because, yes, he
Just
does
going
drive
full hang.
terribly.
Fuck it,
And-
I'm doing it too.
So, yeah, he makes more messes in her house. And this part I have a note. So when he's like going around the living room, whatever, you can see a cameraman in her mirror moving around trying to get out of the
Hey, that's just
Shot.
like
I
the other
didn't
Steve
notice.
Guttenberg movie.
right.
Hey, that was a standee.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
behind it.
standee.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a ghost.
No, it wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a
But
cameraman.
it wasn't a cameraman. Yeah.
It was it was Ted Danson. This whole time, Ted Danson has been haunting your dream.
No.
I knew it.
So she puts him in front of the TV because she's out of
Right.
books.
It's like it's 3 a.m.
and
We need
it's
to-
the Three Stooges is on. And
everything is on.
She
She's-
takes a Polaroid of him,
So she just sleeps comfortably.
knowing there's a loose alien that she thinks
she
is an
thinks
alien
is
in her
an
house.
alien in
Yeah.
her house. That she's just like, just sit in front of my TV. I'm gonna sleep.
He
Night
seems
night.
harmless.
Sleep tight.
She ain't seen him blow nothing up yet.
Well,
Not
she-
that that's gonna matter because she still
no,
does not
she
care,
still
but-
doesn't care because she's not that bright.
And so now it's Ben's turn to drive.
Yes.
And this is what let's pick up some chicks.
Right. This is where he wants to get some pussy.
And this is where you ask him
Crosby
where
has to,
you
like,
from.
originally, and he's like Bakersfield.
No,
It's
but
like,
your
like
accent.
ancestors. He was like Pittsburgh.
So number 5 watches TV all night long.
And did you notice how much brawny there is? There's brawny fucking everywhere. There's a brawny commercial on the television.
Oh.
There was brawny paper towels
No.
fucking everywhere.
Was this director just was in love with Bronson
Well, it was
Pinchot
just-
and he was really he was like Brawny
He was
P.
like brawny P.
I know that's not how you spell it.
I
but
mean, I'm sure
So
it's
he sent a message to
yeah,
me
I'm
when he
giving
saw
you
the
all the
movie
signs.
that he'd
product
regret not taking
placement.
it.
I know.
And
You'll
what was why
regret
didn't
this.
he end up taking it? Was he
It was just it
Doing
just
Perfect
fell through. It
Strangers
just
or-
was
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, he was probably doing perfect. He's like,
'cause
I'm
that
already
was the
doing
same
that.
time, yeah. I
I'm
don't wanna
already
do that
doing
again.
that. I'm so sad that it turned back into the Drew Carey show.
I know. It keeps it's even sadder when it turns back into Growing Pains.
Oh no, I hate that.
I just don't watch that
Oh,
channel
no, I
for
won't either.
2 weeks
I
until
won't
it
either.
turns back to
well,
Perfect
I had
Strangers.
gotten to the end of Perfect Strangers, but then I went to bed when I woke up the next
It was
day.
Drew
It was
Carey.
fucking Drew. I was like, no.
In case you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about
Pluto
the hit
TV.
sitcom channel on Pluto TV streaming that sometimes plays nothing but Perfect Strangers for like a week or two straight until they've gone through every episode of
Right.
Perfect Strangers.
I know because both Jennifer and Marianne were pregnant, and it was getting towards the end.
Yeah.
I went and looked up, like, they got that stupid fucking house. They got married.
Yes.
I was like, how many more? I was like, this has to be the end,
I
right?
think
And
there
looked
was
up,
6 or
there
8
was
seasons
8
or something,
seasons,
yeah.
and it went one more season after that because they had to get Balky and Marianne moved into that fucking house
Yeah.
to continue the fucking show.
Did you? Some of the episodes, you guys. Sorry, we
I
gotta
know,
take a
I know, we're
sidetrack
just gonna
because
do
we've
it.
been
I
watching
mean,
a lot
you
of
love
Perfect
this
Strangers.
Standing tall on the wings of my dreams, rise and fall on the wings of my dreams.
Yeah, you guys.
Yes, 2 times.
We love Perfect Strangers. I don't know what to tell you. It's a good show.
Rain and thunder, wind and haze are bound for better days. Ah,
My life.
my dream. Nothing's gonna stop me now.
Oh, it's better than you remember. I'm telling you. There's a ghost episode where there's a legit ghost.
They witnessed a murder one time.
Yes, literally. Like, not a joke. They really witnessed
And
a
they
murder.
still do the fucking dance of joy. They play with a dead body.
Yes, that's right. Oh my God, it gets wild. There's ones where they turn into like, they do these where they're, oh God, the old timey comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I forgetting their names?
Ralph
Laura
and
and Hardy?
Laurel
No.
and Hardy. They
Oh,
do an
they're that
episode
one,
where
but
they're
they're
Laurel
also,
and
like,
Hardy.
they also
And
do
they
a
also do the
honeymooners.
honeymooners. They do like episodes where they imagine themselves as these characters.
Wait,
and
Jefferson Darcy
This
shows
is
up
not
and
on
he's
right now.
no, it's not. It's
you guys
fucking.
just teased us.
I don't
Sorry, but,
Well,
but
it might
I'm sure
be by
it's
the
in
time
on
it comes
demand.
back, it
Well,
might
I'm
be.
sure it's probably on
You
demand
can
on
probably
Pluto.
watch it on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm like cry laughing right now. I'm
telling you.
just a tear appeared.
I'm telling you, you're gonna love you
We
some
had
Perfect
to.
Strangers.
We fucking had to. We're never gonna talk about Perfect
You
Strangers.
guys are going to do a perfect.
Take them.
Oh my God, are we
We
gonna
are
have
the
a Perfect
Perfect
Strangers?
Strangers.
Did you see the video game? Did you
Yes,
see the link
I
I,
saw the
sent?
video
You guys,
game.
there was a Perfect Strangers
I
video
know.
game. Somebody made a Flash game, like I don't even know when, like in the early 2000s, and you're Balky, and you're running, and you're running, and
you're
you're
running.
collecting stars. But on your path as you're running are like actual images from the show of like cousin Larry comes
Oh,
in
no.
and Jennifer comes in.
Oh,
And you're
no.
like, and they're just
You
like
have to
doing stuff
avoid.
on the side. I don't know that it's you have to avoid them, but they're just like the
but
background.
you can't let Cousin Larry bum you out.
And I think it's on archive.org. I think
Oh,
if you
like
have
you-
the
yeah.
right kind of computer, you can
there
go.
was also when I went and looked up, I was trying to find Short Circuit in the archive, and there's a game, a Short,
Short
Circuit
Circuit?
game. Yeah, that came up.
that makes more sense than a Perfect
Very
Strangers.
well. It was
video
very
game.
much like the Perfect Strangers game.
It was just running
in
around
the way that it looked
yeah.
and running around.
But yeah, we're gonna. I posted something about it online, and I was like, oh, the compulsion to Twitch stream the Perfect Strangers game is strong. I was like, if I could figure out how to Twitch stream,
Oh my
even just for
God.
one day for 1 hour, to just do a Perfect
Just
Strangers.
one day for
Just
1
recruit
hour.
your kids. They'll get you. in
I
there.
know.
Right. Well, Jackson, when he came out, he was like, I said something. I go, did you know there was because my kids don't really watch it, but it's on so much that they're concerned and
can't
they've
help
made comments
themselves.
to me about, Mom, you watch a lot of Perfect Strangers.
Well,
And I'm
because
like,
it's
"Yeah,
on and it's good.
I'm
I love
sorry.
this show.
And it's like if it's not something, if you're not watching TV, it's a nice
Right, it's a
subtle
background.
background.
It's a nice
like
little comfort show.
yes, exactly. But so when I told Jackson, I was like, oh,
The soothing voice
there's a
of
video
Balky.
game. He was like
Yes.
immediately like, what? Like, I don't care about nothing,
Well,
but if
like-
it's got a video game.
When we stayed up late, Liana was like, "I'm gonna get a harmonica and just learn that part." That.
Oh my
That's
God,
gonna
the
be
la-
my answer to shit.
When they spent the night, I woke up. It was probably 7:30, 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday, and I hear, or no, Sunday, and I hear like little giggles, and I could tell it's Perfect Strangers. They were already watching Perfect Strangers at like 8 in the morning, and I could
on
just
your
hear
TV, it's already
We had it
on.
on all night.
They left it on all night. They just turned it down real quiet. But once I heard him, and then I was like, what are they laughing at? And then I could hear like, oh, it's, and I was like, Cousin Larry.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, of course it's Perfect Strangers. Before
We're out
this
there
turns,
doing interpretive dance.
we got to learn the dance of joy.
I know the dance. Of
Oh,
joy.
you know
Like,
the dance
well,
of joy?
just don't hit me with your face. I think we could do it.
I gotta lift you though, right?
Die, 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 die. Hey, 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 hey.
I've watched it so many times and I have not memorized the actual dance.
We're gonna practice it later, okay?
Or we'll do the rap.
Oh no, not
When he
the
was-
soft and tender Balky or sweet young Balky or what?
Sweet young Balky Bee.
fresh young
Fresh
Balky.
young Balky Bee. You guys, go to YouTube right now and type Fresh Young Balky Bee. Treat yourself to some Fresh Young Balky Bee. Oh my God. Okay, we got way off track, and so let's take a break.
We should.
We will
need
we
to
will
go.
reassemble our thoughts
We need to reassemble.
towards Short Circuit.
Do not disassemble.
Reassemble, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Earth. It's time to get up.
Dial in for strange and wonderful stories told by even stranger and more wonderful people.
And remember, if you've heard it, it's history. If you haven't, it's news. I'm Blue.
And I'm Sky, and welcome to 87.9 WKMU, where you'll find all the things that keep me up.
From gaming and movies to UFOs and just random weirdness in our dimension.
So tune in at wkmu.podbean.com.
Yeah, and do it quick before the government shuts us down. We gotta go, guys. Just make sure you check on yourself and check on your friends.
And everyone deserves love, especially you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, and we should have Perfect Strangers out of our system now. So,
Yeah, we watched Fresh Young Bal QB on
yes,
a break.
we did.
Got it out of
Before
our
we get
system.
going on that again, because we might start the wrap. Number 5 is over there repeating all the commercials. He's been up all night watching them. We got the Duracell and the Orida.
Oh yeah, the classics.
She's like having been perfectly rested because she slept real good. at
knowing
night while this
somebody
is
was
going on.
some strange thing was in her house.
She was like, "Let's go outside.
Let's go watch the sunrise and look at
it'll
the
be fun."
clouds.
He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a light bulb." She's like, "No, it's the sun." And he sees pictures in the clouds. He's got his hand on her shoulder.
And then the dog rushes him, and he
Right.
falls off the porch into the chicken coop and breaks her fucking railing.
Right, and here she comes, and she reads the Saint number 5. Like, "Oh, you're a fucking robot,
Bitch.
dumb."
The treads didn't
yes,
tip you off.
the
All the metal wires.
No, the little no,
No, nothing
none
at
of that.
all.
The pincer.
And so she immediately calls to Narc.
Yes, she was like, "Well, fuck, I'm calling your dad."
Can I speak to one of your head warmongers, please? And she calls to report, and Scroder's like, he gets sent out to retrieve.
Yes.
And
he's
he
like,
tells
like,
her
"Keep
there's
it
no
away from
reward,
everything."
even
Yeah.
though there's a $25,000 reward.
We have like tours. You can come take a tour at a discount.
Not even a free tour, a discounted tour.
I don't. She asked for the head warmonger. Do you think she wants to come see your
No,
bombs,
she does
dog?
not. She does not.
No, she doesn't. But anyhow, they go and send fucking Scroat to come get the shit. And like she's not like mad anymore all of a sudden.
Right. And she tells him, "Oh, I called. They're going to come take you and take you apart and figure out what's wrong with you." And he's like, "Disassemble?"
Right.
And he goes through all the dictionary definitions.
Right, synonyms. And then like he sees a grasshopper jump.
And he jumps.
Yes. He
He
can
can
jump.
jump?
I guess.
So yeah,
They
he
need
ends
him
up
to kill
smushing the
things.
grasshopper, and he's like, "Well, just reassemble."
Reassemble it. Grasshopper disassembled. Now you reassemble. She's like, "No, that's not how it works."
He don't come back no more.
Dead
and so then
is
he
forever.
starts to freak out.
He's like, "Wait a minute, squash, dead, disassemble,
No
dead,
disassemble."
no disassemble."
So he steals her truck.
Right. He like escapes,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Don't take my truck."
And now, why
You
is he
can't
such a
even
bad
drive.
driver?
I don't, because
He's
he
like-
just read the manual. He doesn't have any experience.
Well,
Well-
right. Steve Guttenberg didn't give him driving
He
lessons.
also
so.
could not drive. He was
That's
a virgin
true.
that can't drive, which I have a note later where I was pretty sure that they're both virgins. They're
They might
all
be.
virgins. Ben, Crosby, probably Howard too. Stephanie for sure.
What about Frank?
Frank's
you don't think Frank
not a
fucked her?
virgin, but
You don't think Frank and Stephanie fucked?
I
Come on
don't
now.
know. Well, probably, but I don't think it could
I
be
mean, what
like-
else she got going for her? The snack truck and a house full of wild animals.
Well,
Like,
she was
has
going to
to
fuck Johnny 5, so I guess
That's what
so.
I'm saying.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I take it back.
I don't think
Crosby
she was a virgin.
and
yes,
Ben
Crosby and Ben. Yes,
virgins.
yes. So yeah, he's crashing into shit. Ben sees his signal
Right.
pop back up,
Just careening here and there.
knocks all
through
the
town.
signage. I wish we could do like a dollar add up of the damage that Stephanie had to
Right?
pay for at the end of all of this. Knocks all the
But they
signs off
came
her
to
truck on
find
an
her, and they were
underpass.
like, well, no, she took off. She skipped town, so she didn't
and
pay
she
for shit.
jumps on the back of this moving truck
Yes,
and turns into a man in a wig.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say
Just
clearly
hanging up.
not Ali
Clearly
Sheedy
not
jumps
Ali
on the back
Sheedy.
of this truck and like scoots into the back.
It's lucky it had a butt flap. What the fuck kind of
Right?
is this? A catering
It's
truck
a
thing?
it's a snack shack
But why does it have a bottom back
because
flap?
it's a food truck.
I guess.
They all have butt flaps.
So yeah, she crawls in and she's like, "What is your fucking problem?" Basically, and he's scared to be dead. And she's like, "But you're not alive." And he's like, "No,
No,
I
I'm
am.
alive. I'm alive.
Not malfunction, Stephanie. Number
Life is
5
not
is
malfunction.
alive."
Yes,
So Crosby and Ben find them,
right.
and they bring out another one of the bots,
They
and she
have
tries to
number
talk
1.
to it like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hey, buddy,
Oh,
what's
your
up?"
friend's in the fucking truck,
And they
it's
look at her like,
no.
"Are you fucking crazy?"
And they were
It's a
like, "Why were you
warbot."
driving like that?" And she's like, "I wasn't even driving. It was your robot
He's
that
like,
was driving." He's like,
"Bitch,
"No,
please."
they don't. They don't fucking drive. What are
You
you
don't know
fucking
how to
talking
drive.
about?" And she's like, "What planet does this motherfucker come from?" Because Ben's over there
Yeah.
talking to her. And she's like, oh, he gets upset like he's alive. And he's like, no, it's a robot.
And a message comes on the monitor. Number 5, alive, living, continue, survive.
Yeah, well, it's also pathetic.
She calls him to come out and is like, no, they're friends. It's fine. In which
Right,
it would have
he's
been fine, but fucking Scroat
I know. Well,
shows up.
he was like, can I come out? Is it cool?
Is it cool? And it would have been, but Scroater
Right.
rolls up.
And the army is coming. And before number 5 can speak.
They just start blasting while there's human people.
Right. Like, where are they? There was people that were fishing.
Number 1, Scroater, they told you to bring this thing back in one fucking piece.
Right.
Number 2, there are 3 human people, one of which is a civilian, just standing right there next to where you're
That
shooting.
has been kidnapped by your fucking robot.
and
as
it's
far
not
as you know.
doing anything but standing there.
No,
it's not an
doing-
immediate threat.
The laser is still armed. Well, he's about to.
But he was
about
provoked.
to. Well, he
was
was
provoked.
indeed provoked. They deserve it.
True. So the militia descends. They start shooting. Number 5 blows shit up to get them, and he doesn't kill anybody. But like,
No, he just kind of blows up the little wharf
yeah,
thing.
and he runs out in front of them, and Stephanie's like, oh.
Yeah, no, oh, don't, whatever. Because Ben has gotten her down because they're all blasting.
hit the
out of
dirt,
shit.
yeah.
And like he gets shot a few times, is it not?
Yes, he gets shot in like the number 5 gets shot in like
Right,
the
right.
shoulder and a couple other places.
Right.
So he disables him, loads him up,
Mm-hmm.
and they still don't believe. She's like, "Oh, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I
You
know,
can't do
like-
this." And he's like, "Yeah, bitch, whatever." Shut
I
your
know.
mouth.
We're just gonna take it back. We're gonna fix it. It's a machine.
You're insane. So he sends Ben with number 5, and
Right.
she's like, "Oh, you can call me."
I-
And he's all, "Oh, I can."
I can't. She's
Yeah,
like,
to
yeah,
tell
to
me
tell
how
me if
the
he-
fucking robot is.
If he gets back okay.
you dick.
Yeah, really. I don't want to call you.
And Ben's riding with the guard in front. Number 5's in the back, and he just like wakes up, even though he's turned off.
He's not on, but he's alive. So like he wakes up.
He uses
the guard
his
is up there
eyebrows to pick up a wrench.
He's telling some story to Ben about how he may or may not have gotten laid at some.
The driver's
Well,
also a
because
virgin.
Ben, the driver is also a virgin. So yeah, number 5 picks up the little socket wrench thing with his eyebrows and drops it on his button.
Yeah, drops it on the on button.
Yeah.
And then he opens up his panel and starts like rewiring himself.
Yeah,
like
he could do that.
soldering wires wherever.
That's fine.
And he replaces his arm because his arm got shot.
There's spare parts in there, so he just pops off the busted arm and puts on a new one, and everything's cool.
And when the arm falls and makes a sound and the driver turns around, he goes, shh. He puts his finger to
I
his
know.
little mouth. He doesn't even have a mouth.
I know, it's like a little light show.
So they're like, oh, God, should I stop?
He's
Will
like,
he
what
kill
do
me
I
if
do
I
if I
stop?
stop?
Will he
Like-
kill me if I don't stop?
I know, I'm going to stop.
And so they run from the truck, and number 5 drives off.
Yeah, he gets in the driver's seat and just off he goes.
And he notices the tracking monitor and is like, uh-oh, I got a
what's
tracker.
this? So he tosses it into a pickup
To
truck.
an old farm
An
couple's
old
pickup
couple.
truck.
When they get stopped by the blockade.
It's like, did you
the
get rid
grandma
of the
is
grass
like, did you
or
move
whatever?
the grass from the glove compartment? Because they think they're about to get shook down.
So Ben and Crosby are back at the lab talking about Frankenfurter's monster.
What?
Another language problem that
Oh.
instead of Frankenstein's monster, Ben
Oh.
says, "You've created Frankenfurter's monster."
Oh, so he just like a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
right? Is it Rocky?
just
You created a
7
Rocky?
days.
I
can make you a
man.
Oh, that's coming.
Oh, yes, it is. 50 years this year.
Mm.
So Ben and Crosby are ordered back to their terminals, and Scroater wants a Huey. What's a Huey? A chopper. Just tell me a chopper.
Why? Just
They're
say
called
chopper.
Hueys now. What?
Everybody says chopper.
Everyone wants to get in the chopper.
Everybody
no one
gets
wants to
the
get
chopper.
in the
Nobody
Huey.
Get in the Huey. Get in my Huey. Sounds like you got a Murph. I got a Huey.
I got a Huey in my
Oh,
butt.
I got a Huey. That means if it's in the front.
That's a Huey. We call those a wedgie in the front is now a Huey
That's a
from
Huey.
henceforth.
A Murph and a Huey.
So Stephanie's about to get in the bath
Yeah, she's
when there's a
trying to have
knock,
some me time. She's like, Frank.
and it's the press. What do
Yes.
you know about this robot? She's like, what the fuck?
What? Yeah, that's right. That's not.
Did
the
it
one.
molest you? And she's like,
What? I
molest me?
wish.
It's like, Girl, I won't have to molest her. She has given consent. She will be giving consent.
I would like to give my open consent right now.
She's all, is there a paper I can sign?
for him
Number
to
5.
pincer my twat.
I love to have my nipples pincered. You know what I'm saying?
He could tune in Tokyo.
Like no other. So she gets back in the bath, and Frank has seen her on the news now because
Right,
the
'cause
reporters came. So now
It's
Frank's
over there
like,
at the
"Oh,
bar,
I'm
like,
coming
I'm
to
gonna
fucking."
figure it out. There's a reward.
And number 5 comes in and sees her in the bath and is like,
Oh,
wow.
attractive.
I like your software."
Oh no.
I know.
And she's like, "Oh, number
you.
5.
She was like, those are just my nipples.
Those are just titties. Have you not seen these?"
And these is what, yeah. She
You
was
need
like,
input?
I need a little input.
Input for input.
Oh,
Quid pro quo?
swapsies. Quid pro quo?
This was rated G.
This is
Yeah.
rated G.
Well,
wow.
when I was like 8 when I saw this,
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't thinking about her
No.
fucking the robot
I need
kid.
to look up what
Not at
Howard
all.
the Duck was rated because
That
was
had to
one-
be at least PG at the minimum.
I probably
PG-13.
saw that at the same time.
Yeah,
well, that
same.
was, maybe or maybe not, because what was it?
Same year.
Oh, well, Gremlins was the first one that did PG-13 is where PG-13 originated, was from Gremlins.
Oh, okay.
and
so
that
maybe-
was because of the death in the.
It was just like, it's not that bad, but it's not that great either.
It was
So
more
we
'cause
need
it
to.
was scary.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
quite for little
scary.
kids, but still
People
for
get
kids.
killed. Things are wet. We built it. We got them wet. We need
Yep.
to have a warning.
They sure did. So
yeah.
she lets him stay.
Yeah,
at her
she's like, oh,
house
you
for.
can stay fine.
Oh, wait, did I miss something?
I don't know. She was in the bath. He sees her in the
Yeah,
bath.
yeah.
She was naked.
No,
in the
yeah.
bath.
She's like, you can stay
Right.
here, but just for one night, and then you got to find your own. Ma'am, he's a robot.
Where is he gonna find his own?
He's been
place?
alive for like 24 hours.
I
Where's
know.
he
That's
gonna
what
do?
she says.
Rent a
She
room.
even says like a 4-day-old.
Right.
Where's
He's
he
gonna go rent a
pay
room, get a
rent?
job.
Yeah. He's gonna be a fry cook and get a place, little shoebox apartment over the restaurant. Romantic. She's gonna work in her snack shack. So
So-
he's gonna snack her shack.
And Ben and Crosby are back. What does it say?
They're trying to figure out,
Crosby
like,
from leaving. Howard. They're trying to go, and Howard's like, no, he has a gun. He like stops them in the parking garage.
This is where he's all like, Ben and Crosby are trying to figure out what's going on, and like Crosby, this is where he thinks this is kind of great, like we can learn something. But Scroat has 3 dandy little scroters at home, and he doesn't. Well, he wants to blast it. He was like, no, like we can't just let this shit go on. Is this not what's happening?
I don't know. I just have the.
Oh wow, I'm like a page behind.
Oh. Oh, we apparently passed all of that part.
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm have they. When he says
yes.
with excitement like this, who needs enemas?
Yes.
Again. What is this
Again.
number 4?
Right.
Too many.
So yeah, she's like, "This is where we just stay for tonight." Like, no. This is where
Yeah,
we're
they're trying
going.
to take off to go find him, and,
And
Howard's
Howard
like, no,
stops
and he's
them,
got a gun, and they
right.
call
He
his
was
bluff.
like, "No, you're bluffing." He's like, "You're right, I'm bluffing, but I'm going to stand in front of this car or this truck
and they just back up and go
and
around
go
him.
around him."
So number 5 is watching.
Saturday Night Fever.
That's right, and learning to
Directed
dance
by
like
the same director.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And he's learning to dance like John Travolta.
Should be dancing. Yeah. He was doing the choreography pretty good for like,
For a
treads.
robot, yeah.
I was doing it too, and I was watching it. I was like, "Oh, I love that movie."
And then Stephanie comes in, and More Than a Woman starts.
more than a woman, and they dance.
More than a woman to me. And they have a little slow dance where he dips her and everything.
Oh yeah, she's into it.
And she's like, it's 3 a.m. Let's fuck. No. She's like, it's 3 a.m. And he's
It's the
all, I
witching
want to
hour.
live with you. And
Do
she's
you know
like,
what that means?
No.
No, you can't just live with me. First, you're gonna have to eat this pussy.
So now Frank rolls up. And number 5's
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
here
morning.
comes
He's
his-
cooking pancakes.
My mom has this cookbook.
Oh, yeah.
The
my mom
cookbook
had that too. That
everybody's
red and
mom
white
has
one.
This fucking cookbook. She still has it to this day. Does
I
your
bet my
still
mom
have
probably
it?
does too.
It's like
Better
discolored
Homes
now.
or
Yeah,
something.
that red and white
Yes.
checkered.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Trying to make pancakes and making a fucking mess.
Another mess. I wrote this poor woman another
know.
mess.
She's just gonna have to move.
Shit, yeah.
The
Burn
only
it
thing to
down.
do- Thank you.
Burn it
Light a
down.
match. It's the only thing to do.
You got all them delicious animals in there?
Ooh,
Barbacoa.
gross. gross.
Grilled. Hey, we've been watching Yellow Jackets. It's not as bad as that.
True. That's true. But I would rather eat snacky than eat that.
Well, yeah.
I'd rather eat people.
You'd rather eat people than eat the cooked wild animal.
Well, with
she
their
has in her
hair
house.
and shit still
Oh,
on it.
yeah, that's true.
Well, I guess Jackie.
I was
did
going to say
too.
Jackie had all her hair
Well,
in
but
her.
the snow. Well, whatever.
All right. We're not going to talk about Yellow
No,
Jackets.
that's not
Turn
what
into
this
This
is
Month in Doom on Patreon.
Yes,
we talk about Yellow Jackets. So Frank shows up with a gun.
Right, and the Three Stooges are on TV. Yeah, he's got like a big ass gun that he's just gonna walk right in. But she's like, no, but he remembers where the fucking key is.
And just walks
again,
right in
she's
anyway.
not that bright and has not remembered to remove the key or at least put it somewhere else.
And so she's like, yeah, okay, Frank, tell him what you want to do specifically. And he's like, I want
Right.
to take you home to Nova.
Oh no, disassemble!
So he runs outside number 5 and takes apart his Trans Am.
Come on, Treads, don't fail me now.
And so Frank goes out and starts shooting at him, and he turns into John Wayne.
Right, and
All
he's
right,
like,
partner.
he's doing all that, and then he turns into Scarface. He's
Mm-hmm.
flipping a coin, and then he like precision lasers his hat and his bat and his boot heels.
Oh
makes
yeah,
him
and
dance,
until he finally takes off.
and takes his pants down.
yes,
Takes his pants.
I was like,
down.
I'm
Right.
calling the cops.
I'm running away with my pants around my ankles.
So Ben and Crosby are still out here looking for number 5, and they hear
Right.
Scroder and Howard on the radio talking.
And Texaco again. They're talking about Texaco. Did you hear?
No, I didn't notice.
Ben says something about a Texaco.
And Steph and number 5 are in her truck, lost.
Right. And he was like, number 5 tells her, we got to go find Crosby.
Yes, they need to go find Crosby. So Steph wants to meet with Crosby. He's like,
He thinks she's pretty.
yeah, no Scroder, no deal, whatever.
Right.
So yeah, so he's like, as long as you don't, she says, as long as you don't bring that guy, like basically we can meet.
Everything's fine. So she stashes.
Now, why did Ben need to drop him off? Ben's cool too.
Well, because Ben wants so badly for Crosby to get his dick wet. So he
That
can hear
and
about
Ben
it
went
later.
out to cruise.
Oh.
He's like, oh yeah, go ahead. I'll drop you off with her.
I'll be
I'm gonna
back.
take this truck.
I'll be back.
I'll be back later.
I'll be back. Maybe I won't.
It's weird because one of the reviews of the movie was that it was a sexless comedy.
I mean,
Oh,
it
well, it
was.
is.
There's no
Looking for
sex.
a G-rated movie to be no, but there's a lot of
Innuendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's really not even that over the top, the innuendo. I feel like
No,
we're
it's
placing
pretty
a lot
subtle.
of.
oh okay.
Oh yeah,
I
we're
feel like
exaggerating.
I
We're
feel like we're
exaggerating.
placing
It's
a lot of
our
that
brains
shit.
that's making
yeah,
it
it's
dirtier
us.
than it
Yes.
We're making it worse than it was. I
For
don't
sure.
really think it was that bad.
For sure, for sure.
We are inferring a lot of disgusting shit here,
100%.
which is what we do here at Doom Generation.
Yes. So Stephanie arrives and tells him that number 5 is hidden because he's afraid.
He's just out back.
He's just, yeah. So,
He's just out back.
and she tries to explain he's alive like you and me. And he's like, yeah, bitch.
I
you're fucking
just need
insane."
to. You're fucking my shit up.
And Scroder is undercover at this bar.
Right, he's sitting over there at the bar, also probably cruising. It was a mistake. It was a total
just
accident.
happened to be-
He was there to use the glory hole, and he was like, "Oh fuck, is that Crosby right now?" Oh
And
shit.
Number 5's playing ball out back by himself with one of his little robot brothers finds him.
Oh no, it's number 1 finds him in the woods, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
But you can apparently disable these $11 million robots by just throwing a mud pie in their
Yeah,
face.
just
it
right
just
in the
shuts
face.
down.
Oh, yep, that's done.
Done.
That's it. That's it.
It's deed.
They're made for all terrains except for
Mud,
mud.
not included.
They have
There's
a parachute, but they cannot repel the mud. But I did love when he was like, "Your mama is a snowblower."
Hey, laser lips. Your
Yes.
mama's a snowblower.
And now here come number 2. And he traps up number 2. And now it's number 3's turn. And they're all like out there shooting lasers at each other.
And does he not whistle the same thing as from the Breakfast Club?
Yes, he does. It's from Hogan's
Over the
Heroes,
Other
is it not? Is that from Hogan's Heroes?
Oh, okay. I was thinking
That-
it was
Or maybe it's just an army thing or a
It might
military
be,
thing.
I don't know.
But Ali Sheedy, Breakfast Club, the whistle.
Oh, yeah.
Crossover.
I know. Wow, we're just tying shit up today.
So Stephanie's asking for a promise not to shut off number 5 when Scroder steps in.
Right. He was like, "Oh, well, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Where's he at?" And he's out back. Okay, let's go get him.
And number 5 crashes in. They start shooting at him to no avail because
And
he's a robot.
I know, because fucking Scroder tries to choke him. Did you see that shit?
Yes, he
tries
wraps his hands around his quote-unquote throat.
Yes, he's going to choke him out.
A
Choke him
robot
out.
scroter.
A
Come on
robot.
now.
A robot scroter.
So,
So now it's like a whole
Stephanie.
fucking thing.
We be jamming.
Oh no.
Why? Why'd you make number 5 say we be jamming?
I don't know.
So car chase ensues. Number 5 sticks his head out the top and blows a tree in their way with his laser
Yes,
eyes.
he's like
And the other 3 bots show up doing
As-
the Three Stooges
as
bit.
the Three Stooges. Oh, even with little hair.
Like
they have
he
little
made him a
moss
little.
He even made them little merkins.
Oh, he had so much
Little
time.
little quiffs to wear. And was that I didn't even notice. Was one of them bald? Was one of them curly, or was one of them
Oh.
shemp?
Oh, I didn't notice.
Because the movies were curly, so
The
that's
movies were
okay.
curly,
I feel
so
like
I'm
they
presuming.
were, but I'm hoping it's not. Shemp.
I'm curly era. Like
I'm-
that's
I'm
the
a-
ones I grew up with. But
Right,
like
I don't
Shemp, they'd throw on every once in a while.
I mean, it's
But
fine.
Shemp was like, in looks, it was like double Mo because they both
right.
had
It
that
was
fucking
like
haircut.
it was
Oh,
like
not a
Curly
double
and Mo
Mo.
had a baby.
Not a
No,
double
not
Mo.
the double Mo. It was like extra Mo.
But he
It
was like
what if
dumb
Mo
Mo
was
or
curly
whatever.
though.
Yeah, exactly. What if Mo was curly though? Instead, you get Shemp. That makes a Shemp. Exactly that.
And no one wants to be Larry.
No.
God.
So and Crosby sees this and smile. Like he's
Right,
into
he's
it.
like,
He thinks this is hilarious.
Oh, look at him. He's like being so smart for a robot right now.
So Stephanie's truck runs out of gas in the middle of
Yes.
nowhere,
Yes.
and she's all pissed about Crosby and. What does it say? She tells him to burn butts.
Oh yeah, she's like burn them
burn
all
their
down,
butts
but-
with
yeah,
your
burn their
laser.
butt. He was like, Stephanie,
I'm not killing people.
I don't want to kill people. Like that's not what I'm here for.
Take heart, little lady.
I-
I'll fix their wagon.
Pretends to be the Duke,
So Ben picks up Crosby and
he's like,
well,
he's seen
the cat
things.
has dragged in a sight for sore eyes. Come on,
I'm glad
now.
that you're changing it to an Irish accent.
These
That makes me feel better
Best
about
I
it.
can do is Irish.
best I can do
Fine,
is an
that's
Irish accent.
actually probably less problematic.
I mean,
It just has to be in an accent, or it does not. come-
exactly.
It's not funny.
It just
That's
has
unfortunately
to be an accent. It doesn't
because
have
if
to
you
be any
say in
particular
English, well, the cat's dragged in a sight for sore eyes.
No,
you
it's
just sound
not
like
fun.
Biff Tannen or something.
not
Like
fun.
you idiot.
That's
yeah,
not
Irish
fun.
is perfect. Stick
Irish,
with that.
Irish is perfect.
That's what the
good,
director
too.
should have said.
And then he tells Ben what he saw. And he's like, super hackers. Hackers?
Fisher Stevens.
Oh,
Hack the
crossover.
planet.
And now Ben wants the juice goose about Stephanie.
I want that juicy goose.
He's like,
What's
happened?
going on?
happened?
What's up over there?
I've got a tremendous Woody right now. Sporting
Yes.
a tremendous
I
Woody
am
right now.
sporting a tremendous
Because he tells them nothing at all happened between me and Stephanie, but I
Right,
think
like,
she might like me.
I saw no titties. I touched no pussy. I didn't get a
I just
dick
wrote,
in
wow,
edgewise."
how sad.
That's
Really
what I'm
is
saying.
like
That's
a
like
Woody
both
for
of
that.
them are virgins that can't drive.
And number 5 opens the back. Hello, bozos. And
Yes.
orders them out and orders Crosby to drive.
Yep.
So Steph is asleep in her truck, and number 5 brings Crosby to her,
Yep.
and she sends them to get to know each other.
Right. She's like, go out there where the fucking Three Amigos had that one.
That's
night
what
that
I
one time.
I go, is this the Three Amigos fucking desert set?
They're in Oregon.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Is this on the Oregon Trail?
Oh my
Because I
God.
feel like where they were a
You have
moment
died of
ago, where she
dysentery.
people are dying of dysentery.
Oh, God.
In Oregon.
Oh,
But no, like where she lived on like the fucking water, like did not look like that rocky precipice. that they
No,
were
I don't know
fucking-
how far they went to get
But I
to
was
that.
pretty sure that's where the Three Amigos.
It
had
looked
their
very
little, where they
much
were eating
so.
Bats. So they have their whole night. They're looking at stars. They're getting to know each other.
And he's trying to convince him that he's alive, and he
Right.
still does not believe.
No, he just cannot. He's a scientist.
And he's like, why did you ignore your programming? Because it's wrong to disassemble.
Right. I don't want to kill. It's not right. And he's like, well, who told you that? I told me.
And she finds them playing patty cake when she
Right.
brings them some soup from the snack shack.
Yes, she was like, "Oh, I got some soup. It's probably a little cold now, though, but go ahead and eat it." And like Crosby tries to make a Rorschach.
The
test.
only thing that convinces him
Right.
is this Rorschach test.
And first, number 5 tells him like what the composition of the soup
And
is.
he's like, "Yeah,
oh,
see?"
right, that's whatever. But it resembles a butterfly,
butterfly.
a bird, a this, a
And
that.
he's like, what?
My parents fighting.
I'm blown away.
It looks like sex.
And then number 5 like pranks him. He ties his shoelaces together so he falls.
Hilarious.
And he stays up all night trying to explain it and telling him jokes. And that's what really convinces him. He tells him this joke.
him a joke and he laughs and it's not even all that funny. This shit is stupid.
It's so dumb.
This shit is fucking stupid.
It's so dumb.
So now here come Nova. Danger, let's go. And she's like, just tell him. Just tell him.
Just tell him he's alive. And
It's
he's like, they're
that's
going to
not
think I'm
how
insane.
This works, you dummy. So now, we got to get out of here stat. And number 5 knows the weapons are there. They're serious. And it's like, here comes Steph again. It's like, again, shut the fuck up. Scroat wants to fire on them first.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, get away from that van. Like, Stephanie, there's danger. And Howard, he's over there yelling at Scroat. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to talk to all of them.
So number 5 bonsais out the back and they shoot at him.
Well, yeah, because they get Scroat's dudes sneak up
From behind.
Bonsai!
And Crosby's trying to shout, he's alive! No, he's
Right.
alive! And they're like, no.
And they are chasing
think he's
him.
gonna make it.
Running through the whatever, and they're firing at him. And here come the fucking helicopter. Shooting bombs out here. Where are they?
I know. This is close to people's houses, I'm pretty sure.
I know. Everyone's like calling into the radio station. Like, what the
What's
fuck is
happening?
going on out there?
There's a chopper dropping missiles out here. What's happening?
Holy fuck, there's a bombing in the hills. Someone's hiking
And
on a
they-
Sunday. Your mom's out there, and they're like, fucking what?
And they blow him the fuck up.
Yeah.
And the soldiers cheer. And Crosby's holding Steph while she cries.
They pick up the pieces. They bring his head by. She gets upset.
and at least Howard fires Scroter.
right,
He's like, you fucking destroyed this super expensive thing and it was
Right,
totally
there was-
unnecessary.
There was
like,
no reason to do any of that. Like, you just want to blow shit up. You're a dick.
and Crosby quits Nova.
Yes.
And they take off, him and Stephanie, whatever.
In the van, they let him keep the van.
They let him keep the fucking Nova van. And I'm pretty sure, not positive, but in Short Circuit 2, I think that Ben has that van but painted over and he drives it to New York. And he just keeps that stolen van because that's what he works out of.
Well,
I think.
he's like, I'm paying for the van. I'm taking the van. This is all I want.
So they're all sad driving down the road when number 5 pops up out of the back of the truck.
Oh,
Counterfeit,
yay.
facsimile,
Yes.
replica.
Right, because that's what he's like, oh, I'm sorry you lost your job, but I'm glad you don't work there anymore. Like, what are you going to do? And he's like, oh, I left, my dad
Oh, my dad left me
some
40 acres.
40 acres in Montana. I guess I'll go up there. And that's when Johnny 5 pops out of there like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, I have it that he popped up right before that.
Oh, maybe
But
you're
maybe,
right.
yeah, who knows?
You're probably right.
And yeah, and so she's like, ooh, I got all kinds of animals. I could use 40 acres of land. And
Right,
like, what,
she's
you
like, do you
drove
like
in your car
animals?
with all these wild animals to
With
Montana from Oregon?
Raccoons and skunks and
What's the drive
cats,
from
so many
Oregon to
cats.
Montana, Kim?
The what?
The distance between Oregon to Montana.
Montana.
To take,
I would imagine that's
25 wild
A
animals?
straight-ish line, but a ways.
Yeah, I feel like
And
that's
I know
a
it
ways.
smells crazy in that van now.
That's what they use the van for.
Those little trap doors in there. Like, where did he go under there?
There was nowhere to go under the bottom of the truck.
I mean,
In
it's
his
a good
size.
thing. At his size, at his big age.
So number 5 is driving, and he's like, number 5's a stupid name. Kevin, Dave, maybe Johnny.
Johnny, because that
Johnny
song.
5 is Johnny. She's
Johnny.
Johnny. Which you have never heard any other time except for in this movie.
Johnny.
I couldn't tell you what band that
Mm-mm.
is.
I was
never
gonna
heard
look
it
it
on
up
the
and I didn't.
radio.
Nope.
I don't know why I'm thinking it's DeBarge because it's not.
It
but
seems like it would be. It sounds like a very DeBarge song, but it's not. I don't
So yeah,
think,
he
unless
literally
it is.
doesn't get the name Johnny 5
No,
until
until
the
the very
final
end.
10
moment.
hours to get.
10
Right.
hours.
Yeah. Oh, 10 hours to get
10
from
hour
there?
drive. That's
And
not
they're
as
just
bad as
gonna
I
leave-
thought.
Well, they got to go pick up all those fucking animals and pack up all her damn
Yeah,
shit.
it's El DeBarge.
Is
It is El DeBarge.
All right.
Who's Johnny?
I thought it was.
Okay. It sounded very DeBarge.
So the sequel was only 2 years later,
Okay.
and this one stars Fisher Stevens
Right.
and Michael McKean, which I had completely forgotten.
Because he came up in the cast list, and I was like, he's not in this movie.
So the premise for the sequel is
Yes.
that Crosby and Stephanie still live in Montana with Johnny 5 on the
Okay.
40 acres.
Uh-huh.
Ben has driven the stolen truck to New York.
Okay.
and he makes Johnny Five toys. He makes scale model replicas of Johnny Five, little tiny Johnny Fives. And he sells them on a street corner in New York City on a little folding table.
All right.
And Michael McKean has the folding table next to him where he sells fake Rolexes.
Okay.
One of the little Johnny Fives gets off the table somehow and just happens to wander into a business where a woman is a toy buyer for a company, and it wanders right past her office where her boss is like yelling at her about you don't find me any good fucking toys. And little Johnny Five rolls by. So she grabs him, she takes him back outside, finds Ben's table, and is like, "Oh my God, can I buy 1,000 of these?"
Right.
And she's like, "Where's your factory?" And he points to this truck that looks like the
same
stolen
truck.
Nova truck.
Well, like,
and says, "This is my
Crosby
office." Basically,
and Stephanie probably kicked him out. They were like,
well, so when he gets this order for 1,000, Michael McKean, who's standing next to him, is like, "Oh yeah, we can do 1,000." And Ben's like, What are you,
Who the fuck
stranger
are you?
who sells Rolexes? What are you talking about?" So they rent like a really shitty warehouse. They start making these toys, and Johnny Five shows up in a crate. Because he wrote to Ben or to Crosby and Stephanie and told him what was going on, and they shipped Johnny Five to him to help him make little baby Johnny Five robot toys.
So wait, the basic what you're telling me is that Ali Sheedy and Steve Guttenberg were not in this movie,
No,
and were not
not at
going
all.
to be in this movie.
Her
So
voice,
they
I
had
think
to-
you hear her voice reading the
or
letter.
somebody that sounds like Ali
Yes,
Sheedy.
yeah.
We're done fucking Johnny Five.
Right.
They needed
oh,
a
so
break.
we're just
They
done.
needed
fucking
some alone
Johnny
time.
Five
They
now?
needed some alone time. They're like,
Hold
"Can we have
on.
just a little bit.
You
of
can't just
vanilla
crate
sex
me up and send me to New York.
So they crate him up. They send him to New York, and he pops out of the box in a little red kerchief because he came from Montana.
Oh,
He's got a little red kerchief around his neck.
because he's a blood.
And I can't remember what the Oh, I have more notes than I thought about Short Circuit 2. I was drunk, y'all. I had just finished Short
Look
Circuit.
at that fucking-
You can look at it. You can't even read the bottom.
Killer.
Waiting for your robot to come back from the war.
Wow. So yeah. So they start a little factory, and
I'm gonna die.
I just wrote to double down on the brown face though. Oh, because because he's in this as so 2 years later.
Right.
Apparently there was no backlash about the fake Indian accent.
But
'cause they were
apparently
just
in
saying he's Indian.
1986 and also 1988, 89,
Yeah.
it was a different time.
Well,
Of
I mean,
course.
of course it was because they did not receive any backlash. Therefore, he got to reprise.
yeah, if
the
you just
role.
ignore it, you don't
It's
receive it.
fine.
I should just read straight up these drunken notes because there's
Do
so
it,
much
do it.
missing. So it just
Do it,
says
give it to me.
So after he comes out of the box, I put Montana handkerchief. It's me. Isn't that special? He does a church lady.
In that
He does it. Isn't that special? Los locos kick your ass. Los locos kick your face. Los locos kick your balls into outer space. He steals car stereos and gets graffitied.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
yes. And the old man from Dirty Dancing brings him back. The guy who ran the Mr. Fetterman or Mr. whatever the fuck his name was.
Oh, okay.
The dad, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
not the dad, but
Not
the
the
guy
dad,
who
but
owned
yeah,
the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
Brings him back. Oscar works at the bank. Who's Oscar?
Good to know.
Oscar works at the bank. I think that's maybe that guy.
Is that the guy that's...
What does this say? Coat and... Oh, he wears a trench coat. Johnny
Yes,
Five wears
yes,
a trench
yes,
coat and
yes,
a hat
yes, he
and a
does,
beanie.
yes,
a
he
trench
does.
coat and a beanie. And thinks he's going to blend in on the street. Yes.
Like a Ninja Turtle.
Yes. And I wrote, Johnny goes to church, gets arrested,
Johnny goes to church.
reads
boy.
Frankenstein and Pinocchio in jail.
Okay.
And then in caps with a mark, I wrote, look up Die Hard. No, hold on. Look up Die Hard Radio Shack promo. Die Hard Radio Shack promo. So
was
must
he
have
watching a
seen
commercial
and it
for
was
Die
Oh,
Hard?
for Die Hard batteries.
Yes.
To find out, that's what I meant. Because he rides around with a branded Die Hard
Yes.
battery on his back, and I wanted to know if
Yes.
Die Hard used Johnny Five in commercials. That's what that note means.
Wow.
Because yes, the Die Hard battery was like a promo thing.
So
This
it
is
was
coming-
Brawny in the first movie, and
right,
then they
and then
upgraded
Die Hard.
to Die
Yes,
Hard.
yes, yes.
So now
yes.
Mohawk and chains. He shows up. He decks himself out in a metal Mohawk and chains.
Okay. This is
And
very
now he goes
familiar
by
to me.
J5.
Oh shit.
And it says the man in the alley says how much you want for it, and he looks like what? he looks like oh wow. Oh, and he looks like the I'd buy that for $1 guy.
I'll buy that
I
for
think
$1.
it might have been the I'd buy that for $1 actor.
Oh,
Comes up to him in
wow.
the alley. Future. What the fuck does this say? Oh, with the mohawk, he looks like the future chicken Aqua Teen Hunger Force. What's his name?
the Goblox.
He looks
This
like
reminds
that.
me of a severely long story.
Yes, he looks like that. I wrote cybernetic in parentheses. J5 passes his citizenship test.
Why?
Hooray! Gold something. Gold. Oh, I was drunk. Gold. Mister? No. And it's got asterisks like remember this.
Remember this.
Gold. What the
She
fuck
is
does it
struggling
say?
so hard.
Oh, I think he's all gold at the end.
Oh, is he gold plated?
Yes, I think he gets like gold plated, and then I don't even think it shows him like go back to Montana or whatever. He becomes a citizen. The
Why
robot.
would he have to become a citizen? He's
a robot.
But he's already like from here.
He was made here. Why would he not? Maybe his parts came from China.
Oh.
If you want it to work, I guess.
you don't.
Sorry.
You want it
No,
to
some
work.
Americans know how to make stuff. Come on. It's
Some.
not, you don't always have to
I don't know.
outsource,
I mean,
Nicole.
plenty of people know how to make. There's plenty of slow people that are useful, as Nicole will
that
tell you.
too. I will be the first to tell you.
She'll be the
slow
first
people
and
can be
last to tell
useful.
you that slow people can be useful.
Did you put an asterisk next to some?
Yes, some. So this movie doomed me to do the Los Locos fucking
Yes.
song at school all the time in
All
elementary
the fucking
school.
time. And now that we know that is not this movie that doomed us for that, it was the fucking
It was
sequel.
a fucking sequel.
I kept waiting for it to happen.
Yes. I was like, when is the part where he goes to the city and
I
gets...
was like, when they get into the city, right? And I was like, wait a minute, this isn't the fucking city.
And I was
There's no gangs here.
And so because I remembered that part more, and like Johnny Five talks more and has more little jokes and stuff in the second
he's
one.
Johnny fucking Five. It's
And he's Johnny Five.
more of a fucking character.
But still, watching it again, I still remember the first one so much more than the second one in its entirety. Like nothing about the first one except for the ending surprised
right, and
me.
I wasn't even upset about that because I was more upset about the second one because he gets beaten to death.
I didn't even write that part down. In my
I'm
notes.
pretty sure he gets beaten.
You were
to
passed
death.
out by that point.
Right? She had gone bye-bye. Night-night.
So that one definitely doomed me to sing that song, but also to probably be one of those Stephanie type of girls who would go out in your fucking yard and be like, "Oh, thanks for. I knew you'd choose me."
I'm not going to be one of those.
Roaming out into the woods.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I will tell you what it's doomed me to do. It doomed me to like get sad when like that Mars rover dies. And I'm like, it sings happy birthday to itself every year. That's the saddest thing I've ever fucking heard.
That's pretty sad.
Well, meanwhile, people are dying, and I'm like, eh.
So we have one message from Jeff Newman at Movies for Days. Is it Movies for Days?
Newman.
Movies for Days. He left us a message last week, but this week is an email with an attachment.
Ooh, an attaché.
It says,
Scan it for viruses.
Dear Nicole and Tessa, if my calculations are correct, you should receive this email precisely after you've moved on to a new episode, gotten well into research, and forgotten all about this time travel gobbledygook.
Well into research.
I simply couldn't resist addressing a few questions that came up in your episode on Back to the Future. Number one, there was no intention to make a sequel at first. The writer, Bob Gale, has gone on record saying if he knew they were going to make part 2, he would have never written Jennifer into the car at the end since he had no idea what to do with her in the start of part 2. The idea was to simply have them ride off into the sunset for another adventure.
That makes sense.
Number 2, they had to invent the nobody calls me chicken thing for Marty in part 2 since he had nothing to work on and no real personal weakness or arc going into parts 2 and 3, which were shot back-to-back Superman style.
Oh.
Zemeckis was overseeing the editing on part 2 while shooting part 3. Number 3, Claudia Wells had to be recast because her mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and she decided to put her acting career on hold while taking care of her. Her mother sadly passed in 1994. Your episode gave me so much laughter and joy on what has been a pretty difficult day, so thank you. I left a little something in the attachments. I want you to know it comes from the heart. Your friend in time, Newman, Movies for Days podcast at Movies Days Twitter. I can't even fucking talk. Okay. And let's play this.
Oh, Doom Jen, love your show. I've gotta listen to each episode. I'm just a fool in love with your podcast.
Wow.
The
Thanks a lot,
production.
Doomers. Next time, let's do something that really cooks.
Wow.
Wow,
The production
the
value.
Production value. Newman.
Insane.
And I remembered it so well. I went, "What was that from?"
I know. She's like, what? Why is he
She's
talking
like,
about
why is that Back to the Future?
Earth Angel, baby? So if you want to write us a song, which that's
could.
insane.
Love
We've
guys.
actually had that a couple times, right? We've had a couple. Well, we had a poem,
Was it not both Newman though?
but Billy wrote us a
Oh,
poem.
Billy wrote
and
us
he
a-
sang for us.
That's right.
But those were separate things. I
Those
think
were
he just
separate
sang.
things. Those were secret.
And then I think Newman might be the one who's done 2
yeah.
songs for us. But come on, you guys, get on Newman's level.
It.
At the very least,
Get-
give a rating.
Come
5
on.
stars.
There you go.
Rating. A
Like,
rating will be
subscribe,
good.
rate, review.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/Doom
bonus.
Generation for bonus
things.
stuff.
We talk about all kinds of fucking nonsense on
We
the
talk
off
about
time.
new stuff. And if you find those spicy B-rolls, we're not talking about any movies. We're just talking
Nope.
about nonsense.
We're just talking shit.
Find us on all the places. Go find our photo edits on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, all the places.
Right? Like, subscribe, do all the things.
And 702-720-DOOM. Leave a voicemail, send a text message. And until next week.
We'll talk at you next time.
Later,
Doomers.